It's our final draw of the championship pool of the 2018 Canadian Mixed Curling Championships from Swan River, Manitoba. Good evening, fans. Matt Cullen alongside three-time Canadian medalist Neil Houston. Neil, this is where things get exciting, and we'll have a good one tonight between Team Northern Ontario and Team Alberta. Both these teams were able to sneak into the championship pool on a tie break, and they want to finish strong.
They do. They're both at 3-6 right now. They've played pretty well all week. They've been the two teams probably on the short side of the inch, and things just haven't gone quite as well as they anticipated they would. But if they can finish strong, and one of them will tonight with a win, they can go home and with their heads held high.
And Team Northern Ontario, they're a team that got off to a 2-0 start, but they think they're just that half inch away from being one of the top teams. Do you agree?
I do agree. Their hit game's been pretty good, but they're playing on ice that's a little bit keener than their home club, and it's been very hard for them to adjust to that because it is, 10 or 12 feet keener. And that takes a lot of time to adjust, and they haven't been able to do that to their satisfaction.
Another great night for curling in Swan River. Let's meet the teams. Team Northern Ontario out of Sault Ste. Marie, a great curling town. And their first, Tracy Auld on the right. Dan Mick the second, his first national final. Alyssa Bégin, she's experienced, she's the third, and this is her fourth Canadian mixed. And Charlie Robert on the left is the skip. Born and raised in Sault Ste. Marie. Team Alberta from Edmonton. Their lead, Heather Steele. Second, Dean Darwin. Third, Katie Morrissey and Warren Cross. First time at the Mixed National Championship for all four. And the goal for both these teams, Neil, was to get into the championship pool. They did that. And once they got there, they ran into some tough competition and now find themselves playing for pride here.
And that's a good thing. Like we were talking about earlier, if they can win this game, they get up to a 4-6 record. They learn from it. They go home to their home province, start on their men's and women's playdowns respectively, use the experience to get better.
Here's our championship pool standings. Top four make tomorrow morning's semifinal. That's the order right now. Team Quebec, the only team undefeated. They're squaring off against Team Ontario right now in a battle for first. New Brunswick and Newfoundland and Labrador, a battle for third there as well. And I'll look at our seeding pool. There's Bruce Cordy's Team Saskatchewan rink out of Prince Albert. The hard luck loser, if you want to put it that way. A 3-3 record was good for some teams, but not others into the championship pool, and a head-to-head tiebreaker was too much for them. They found themselves in the seeding pool.
Yeah, they were 0-2 out of the gate, and that probably is what cost them. If they could have come out of those first two games with a 1-1 record, they would have made the championship pool, and then they would have been on a roll as well, and who knows where they may have ended up.
Really what it was for Team Saskatchewan was one bad day. 0-2 on the first day, 3-0 on the second, and then a loss against the undefeated team from Quebec. Here on sheet E, Tracy Auld from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Longtime teammate of Alyssa Bégin, the third.
Right in, Charlie.
What's that?
Right in, like just top house.
Curled together for 16 years.
She had enough. Oh, no, that's a beaut. Look at this.
Wait.
Right off. Oh, there we go.
You know, talking with most teams before, I think everybody agrees that this sheet E is the hardest one of the five. Team Northern Ontario has played on it now. This is their third time. How much of an advantage is that?
This looks pretty good.
It should be somewhat helpful. I'm not sure if it's an advantage because it is a tricky sheet of ice, and there's a couple of rocks out there that the teams think are not operating the way they think they should be. So that's causing them some grief too. So it'll be interesting tomorrow when we get down to the playoffs and to see the other teams get to choose their stones for the playoffs and to see how many stones come from other sheets to be played on this sheet, which should make it a better sheet of ice for the semis and the final.
Who's at home? That's it's called Raspy Boys from a week of screaming my face off.
Norm! Me?
Oh, great shot, Trey, that girl.
Here's Heather Steele, the lead for Team Alberta.
Whoa. Yeah, weights, kid. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good throw, Heather.
Nice one.
Funny enough, Neil, with all the moving around people do these days, Heather's the only one on Team Alberta that's actually from the province. Dean Darwin and Warren Cross from Saskatchewan, Katie Morrissey from Ontario. Alberta, a terrific curling province.
It is. There's a lot of history, as there is with Northern Ontario. There's been a lot of great matchups over the years in men's, women's, and mixed, and the other disciplines throughout the Curling Canada portfolio.
Oh, that thing's curling. Really hard. Okay, Danny. You got it a little bit. Just a little, no, just a little bit in. Yeah, okay. A little over the top.
Is it my shot? Wait,
Yep.
Sid.
Yep.
10.
Whoa, just
We
clean.
got 10.
Whoa, just clean.
Good. Nice job.
Dean Darwin, clean hit.
Okay.
Smart call hitting that
Straight
tight
up, Dan.
Okay.
Northern Ontario rock, close to the rings. It's in a dangerous position. Charlie's being aggressive and trying to go around it.
Here's Dan Mick, the second for Team Northern Ontario.
6.
Yep. Tracy. Tracy.
Tracy, hard.
Special day for Dan and his family as his young son Cooper celebrates his first birthday today.
Oh, easy now. No, we don't want to.
Yeah, they're probably
Just a little roll off, little roll
back
off.
at home watching this game on TV.
I'm sure they are, and Dan, of course, would love to be with his family and his son on his birthday,
Good
but
get on that one.
playing at the Mixed National Championship is not a bad gig either.
He'll be home soon enough. They'll be home on Sunday and can catch up then.
He's been solid at second for Team Northern Ontario.
That's good. I think you need to be off it.
We're T-line.
Got room right now.
Back 4.
Still room. Wait on it.
Back 8. Let's just glide in. Back 12.
Stay with it. Make sure you are back
Coming
8.
down. Back 8. We're back on its own.
Make sure you're back 8. Yep. That looks good. That looks good.
Dean Darwin, the pride of Battleford, Saskatchewan, his hometown.
Okay.
Actually, a long-time
Control.
competitor
Just
and
control,
rival
yeah.
of Skip Warren Cross and their men's league teams. Wonder how that works when they get together and play mixed together.
Oh, it makes some sense. You know each other, whether you're competitors or teammates, and sometimes new teams have to be formed. So it makes some sense.
Alyssa Bejan now the third.
Yeah, hard for a piece there.
Just gets enough for that yellow. Back 12.
I think a 20.
Good shot. She could have been a little bit wide, a little
It's a
heavy.
little less than practice.
It's a keen sheet of ice tonight. It's picked up about another half a second. So it's 2 or 3 feet faster than it has been throughout the day. So that means that the building's starting to warm up, retain the heat. And it's a very tricky sheet with regards to
Line's
release
good.
Got a 4.
and your weight. If
clean
you're a
it.
little bit
I
heavy,
think we're all there.
Little hot.
you're going to pay the price for it and not make the shot you were asked to make.
Might come down.
Katie
Don't
Morrissey.
touch it.
Okay, just wait on it.
Back 12 even. It's a little more than Dean's.
Got 14-12 on that. Okay.
I had a 407.
And it was through. So
I had a 4 flat.
15, 2,
4.5 for me. Yeah.
so a 410. Could do that too. But you'd rather top it.
I kind of like the draw. Like the draw? 20 would have been too much then. 20 would be good. That's like
Short's okay there.
put it into. I think 20. You could throw 25.
I like 20, 25.
Second stone for Alyssa Bejan.
That's all there.
7-8.
Whoa, whoa.
I think I forgot
10.
what color I was for a second. I wanted to tap the yellow one in.
I was liking your call.
Well, you know, that's a sportsmanship award right there, right?
That's Charlie Roberts and Warren Cross, the two skips, having a laugh.
Yeah, the thirds both threw their stones through the house, so they kept everything equal, is what they're referring to.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah. That'll only carry you for so long, though, too.
Back to Morrissey, the newest member on this team out of Edmonton. Came over from Ontario.
Lots of room.
Got room right
Warren
now.
Cross
Wait if you
describes her as
can.
the straw that stirred the drink.
Just top house.
Shook them up a little bit and made them more competitive.
Stay with it.
Good. Good for her.
Top 4.
Just high. Just high. Just high. Okay.
That was nice, sweet.
Liked how you threw that.
Yeah.
Good throw. Good
It's
weight.
interesting. They've been trying to keep coming around that out turn with the Alberta Stones when they have a in-turn corner guard that's very close to the rings. It would be very easy to promote in. It might be an easier shot than trying to get buried around the Northern Ontario guard on the center line.
Like a board. Boardish. Yeah.
It was even close to like 15 and a half or 16 there, the ones.
Say a board weight there. Okay. Half a rock.
Yeah. Lots of room to roll to.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice to stay behind ours, but
Yeah, it'll be good. So just a board, make sure you tell her the weight.
okay.
Skip Charlie Roberts.
Whoa, wait, whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Board
Oh,
only.
Whoa, close. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Dan.
Whoa.
Dan.
Yep,
Dan. Danny.
Off. Whoa. Go hard. All right.
Well, you could tell when that started to curl.
Well, they thought it started to
like I was saying,
curl,
yeah,
and they
not
put the
Dan,
brooms
yeah.
down to it, and it never continued to curl.
Not curling much. Yeah.
So it's still going to leave Alberta with an opportunity to roll a little bit undercover.
Yeah, I had the same as you.
See what we're probably throwing like board or hack.
I think Hack should just track nice here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nothing more than clean early.
Sounds rough for you. And then Alyssa would say yes.
Okay.
Warren Cross. First time skip for Team Alberta.
Fireball shots. I get some fireball in the back.
Plays good.
Yep.
Yes, hard.
Hard. Yep, right up.
Hard.
Yep.
Hurry. Hard.
We have just back off.
Not a lot of room there between those two reds.
They jumped it early, so he may have been a little bit inside
I was thinking of half
his
a
intended
rock
target.
here.
Oh, you like that tap?
Well, you know what? You hit that.
I
Half
don't know if
weight
I
of
like
half a
bigger.
rock. You're going to get that in. Our shooter's going to roll right here.
I just don't want to, whatever you like.
Kind of like the bump up, eh?
I like this.
It's a straight
I
top.
like that. Or that here.
Oh, then he's got the pair of pants double.
We
That's
can
pretty.
play the draw around, and if we have to rub off.
Okay, right there. Or we'll go for the top. Let's go for the top. Top it large there, and yeah, what the heck.
You have options, right? You can
Yeah. Yeah, if we can get an angle on it. Probably a little more, eh?
Speed's right up.
I'm just going to throw a draw weight, basically.
Charlie's going to try and promote this red rock somewhere in the rings and create some separation from that one and his shooter. Worst case scenario, he forces Alberta to take one that way.
No, we're going to play the top.
And anytime you don't have last rock, if you can force the opposition to take one, then you can give yourself a pat on the back.
The one that they had thrown there was 15-6.
Yeah. So if it over curls a little bit, we can just maybe come off the
Split
inside.
it, yep.
Sure. Put some pressure on.
Yep.
Last rock here in the first for Northern Ontario.
Should be pretty close.
To the top. Make sure line's good.
7.
Line's good.
7.
Okay.
Yep.
Line's good.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa. whoa.
On an angle. On an
Okay,
angle.
yep. We're going
Whoa.
fast. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. They didn't move much at all, eh?
No, it stayed real straight.
I was gonna go.
Yeah.
So Warren's just going to play board weight, hit and stay for his 1 point.
Little long street, that'd be kind of straightened out.
Yeah, that should be good. Same weight, I'll be fine.
Throw. Nice weight. No poke.
Easy board.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, what about 18 inches ice there? Maybe 20 inches?
Really straight there.
Keep an eye on that run.
It's a sliver less, Katie.
Warren Cross and Katie Morrissey making sure the location is right. Final stone here in the first end.
Clean. A little bit. Yep. Hard. Really
Yes!
Yep. Hard.
Hard!
Yep.
Now this one is curling. It's got to get past the guards. No.
Two. Yeah.
And a steal for Northern Ontario. Looks like two.
Yeah, he was fortunate to roll the shooter into the rings and stay in the rings. So the third one of Northern Ontario's that got raised in doesn't count.
There it is, two. Northern Ontario off to a good start.
Sorry. It did curl, and then I think maybe just a little low on.
Alberta looks to get back in it. 2-0 after one. Welcome back to Swan River, Manitoba, home of the 2018 Canadian Mixed Curling Championship. Team Northern Ontario throwing the reds, Team Alberta throwing the yellows. And a miss at the end for Warren Cross. That sets up a steal of two. What's the approach now for Alberta, Neil?
They'll continue to be aggressive, so they're throwing up the outturn corner guard with the philosophy of generating some offense.
Halfway.
Line's good.
Just over.
How did you like the way that they set up that last end there?
Well, they had their chances to hit and roll behind the center line guards. They could have promoted that corner guard, as I had mentioned earlier, just to change things up, and it would have been an easier shot because nobody even came close to burying around that center line one. And it was just a miscue on the final one. I think he might have been just a little bit too light, maybe a little bit lacking on the ice, and there's that spot near the center line where the rock starts to curl, and he caught the curl, and that's why he wrecked on the Northern Ontario stone out front.
A little more. We're tapping.
Okay. I don't mind splitting this too. That's not too
8.
bad.
Let's cut it down. 7. We're good.
Yeah. Hurt. That's just, right.
At the same time.
I got a little faster.
I did. I actually got a smidge slower.
Last time the team from Northern Ontario was on this ice, it was a 7-2 loss to Nova Scotia.
I'd say T-line.
Game that they were down 6-0.
Back 12, back line.
Whoa,
They were,
Early
they were a little unlucky in that one
Yeah,
with
it's
a
sliding.
pick in one of the odd ends. That,
Cost them 3.
yeah, it was a big steal for Nova
Coming
Scotia.
down now, we're just back line, back
Just
12.
wait on it. Line's pretty good here. Okay, that's
shot.
fine.
So Ontario's just trying to, Alberta's just trying to move some of these stones around, put them in a position where they can be used later. And Northern Ontario will try and play it fairly conservative, I would think. They're up to 2 points.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They can afford to be patient right now.
So I was like, I'm gonna guess, and then he was kind of like, whoa, I'm back 12, so maybe he wanted us.
Dan Mick,
Normal.
proud father today.
Whoa!
It's his first national championship.
That's fine. It's good.
Although jamming his own stone back behind the tee line.
Not working.
It's actually not a bad shot because that one really wasn't going to help Northern Ontario because Alberta could have used that one to their
A
benefit.
little bit. Could just. That was regular. It's, yeah.
Dan looking a little puzzled.
Yeah, me too.
Had the line right.
Yeah, maybe it just ran a little bit straighter than he thought it was going to.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
top four.
Yes. Hard. Hurry. Hard. Hurry.
House number 5.
Hard. Oh,
Just beats the guard by a hair.
Good sweeping by the women. Nice spot, biting the top of the tee line.
Heather Steele and Katie Morrissey doing everything they could to bring that around.
So here. Okay.
Backline.
Back line.
Nice good brush trying to get that by you guys. I thought we were crashing.
I think a lot of us did.
It was great sweeping. We'll see how Dan reacts to that shot because he's got a difficult one to play here.
Hack.
Hack. Whoa, then.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alyssa.
Pretty good.
Alyssa, yep. Whoa, whoa. That's Hack Wade, yeah.
Nice.
It's not close to even back.
This one slides on through.
A little bit heavy in a situation like this when you're up 2. That's
Okay,
the worst thing you can
tolerance would be a
do.
little
He
short,
could
right?
have been inside, could have
Yeah.
been lighter, rubbed off that corner guard and opened up that back one and would have done his teammates a lot more good. Now it gives Alberta the chance to come around
You gotta go.
and they can start playing for 3 points.
hard. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Top
whoa,
12,
whoa.
top 8. Wait.
Now this one does tap the guard.
Opens up that shot rock in the forefoot, so it's going to be a fairly straight forward takeout for Alyssa.
Hack.
I think Dean was just a little bit
I
light.
think
He probably
so.
need
Is it
another
wide open?
8
Yeah.
feet on that shot to get past
Wanna go
the
board?
guard and get
Yeah,
into the position
control
that they
or-
wanted.
Board.
Board.
Bijan, first of 2 stones.
Little up.
Fill up.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Come on, guys. Oh. Okay.
Small tap, but again, sliding through.
Yeah, she just, I don't know if she got in the straight spot. There was too much ice. It was wide open at one point. Now she's pushed it behind the corner guard a little bit.
We're shot. You could come here again.
Sure? Yeah.
Is this fully buried? This is-
No, you can see his bit. Yeah.
I think this is good though.
Yep. What do you guys want for weight here? I think like a
Couple of misses for Northern Ontario.
Yeah,
How
I'd
does
say like
Alberta
15 or a
capitalize here?
20 is perfect.
Well, the key to
It's
this one
running,
is to
sliding
get around
around
that
it.
corner guard and get very close to the shot rock, lay 2 points. And that'll put a lot of pressure back on Northern Ontario to remove one of those and not give up a 3-point potential that they have brewing right now.
Move it up. Room. How much?
back 8.
We're to it. We're bumping.
Yep. Whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa,
not sure
whoa,
why the
whoa,
lead's
whoa, whoa.
cleaning this one if
Whoa,
it's
whoa,
back
whoa,
8.
We're going by it. We're back 8, back
We just
12.
wanted to stop.
We're a little heavy.
Charlie Robert.
Okay.
409.
Brings it almost to the back 12.
Yeah, and it took it out of position because now it means that Northern Ontario's got second
Back line?
shot
Yeah.
rock.
Just here.
And it's in a position where it's going to be difficult to get at because it's
If you
moving.
freeze to
They
it,
have to play on it.
Yeah,
It's
that's all right,
moving through the
too.
scoring area
Fine.
and towards yellow
I
stones.
want to tap it to here.
So that
Yeah,
one needed to
yeah.
be in front of the tee line and in front of the shot rock.
To get his weight. Should be to it.
Back line hack.
Back line.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Tracy,
Whoa.
Tracy. Whoa, whoa.
Back line.
Yeah, Trace, Trace. Trace, go hard, Trace. Whoa. Just got to get this the second shot. I don't know if that did it either.
It's really not finishing there at all.
They're sitting 2 now, so we got to be a bit careful here. I think that guard's a problem.
No. We might be second.
Just send it back.
I feel like I'm sliding tight.
What's that?
I feel like I'm sliding tight.
Yeah, which wouldn't be bad, right? You whack the guard.
You like carrot?
I guess.
I like it.
Yeah, just coming in and just bringing it back. It's just on that line.
Final stone for Morrissey here, the third.
Wait's close. Little bit up.
Oh.
Sneaks past the guard.
Okay,
Good.
shot.
Good shot.
Nice throw, Katie.
Good weight from
Your weight
Morrissey.
was actually-
Nice shot.
Yeah, not the
Katie.
shot
Well
they
done.
wanted. They wanted to try and roll behind the red stone at the top of the 8-foot. But it
Yeah.
does force Northern Ontario to be looking
I
at
like
2, and they're going to have to
Just
play
hack.
over in that area.
What are you playing?
Not
Let
very
me
much
see.
success is happening over there just yet. It's a lot straighter than they have been anticipating it to be, but it looks like Charlie's cutting down his ice quite a bit.
These two Alberta guards have presented a series of problems here in this end.
Try drawing
They
in there,
have.
I guess.
In some cases, they should not, but they did.
Not the end I was looking for.
No.
Just draw in there, I guess.
Yep. You bet.
Just don't want to give up a 3 spot. It's fast, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Back to Robert.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard line. Hard. Go, guys. Hard. Got it. Go. Hard. Hard as you go.
3 Northern Ontario sweepers trying to bring this in.
That one.
They give you
Hands
for a
on the
split.
top 12, but you can
That
hear the
should be there.
groans.
Should be there, yeah.
95.
He had to be there. I think it's one of those cases where that we were talking about earlier where the ice is just a little bit keener. They've been a little light sometimes. They've been a little bit heavy because they haven't been able to adjust to the
I
draw
think
weight
we're
here.
only line one, but
I think
I'm
this
not
is a
sure of
perfect
that.
example of this where he could have thrown key line out of his hand,
I
but
kind of like it because then
he was
you do
told it was pretty
perfect, you could
keen
be
right
sitting
up
at 4.
there, and he probably just backed off a little bit. And he backed off a little bit too much.
Oh, he's gonna run it back.
Just a hair on the low side of nose.
Yep. It's not a bad shot if we make it.
Yeah, I like that too.
And even if we open it, it's actually still not a bad shot.
He'll still have that come around, but it's has to be real precise.
Yep. So you're just trying to do a nose run?
Yeah.
Peel's not a bad second.
Yeah, that's right.
So Warren's going to try and run this guard back
Just a
onto
foot
the
normal will be fine here.
Northern Ontario rock that's at the top of the 8-foot. It's a long run back.
Yeah,
so he's
big
gonna-
gap between them.
Yeah, he's going to have to be very precise to make this the way he wants to.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Hard!
Yeah.
Hard!
Gets it, but jams it back.
That's okay.
Thanks.
Nice try.
Not bad.
Where does that leave Alberta?
Takes that away now.
They're still in pretty good shape. They've got first and second shot buried.
There's nothing here.
No.
It does leave a center line guard that Northern Ontario could come around. And if they were able to play
Think
the
we can tap
outturn
ours back,
this
or
is
and come
there.
into top of the 4-foot, even if they were open a little bit, it would make it difficult for Alberta to score their 3 points that they're close to being able to get.
Yeah.
That top is there.
You like it?
This top is there. You can probably get this here and your shooter probably to here, but that's not going to give us anything.
No.
And then that is going there. That's no good either. I don't know.
Robert looks to be going between those
What do
two
you think?
guards
Should we
again.
throw the same weight?
He was thinking about doing that.
What do you
You
guys
can
like?
hear
I
the
don't know.
decision in his
I think
voice.
I like
He's not
this.
confident
Yeah.
right now. And, you know, that's
I don't
part
know-
of
I
them
don't
being
think you can
3 and
tap that.
6.
What about the intern draw?
Lose a little bit here and there, and you start second
I'd rather
guessing
leave
yourself.
a corner hanging out on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of those catchers.
Yeah.
This is probably the best chance for success. If he can get into the 4 foot,
Okay, I don't know what you
even
give
if
me.
he's
I
half
mean,
covered, he'll be okay.
Just a couple feet more. Well, like we didn't throw as many in practice down the center line, so if you want to throw same weight. More.
Gotta be at least full 8, guys. Lots of line. Lots of line. Just wait. I think we're all there.
That's all there.
Anything at the end?
Just stay on that line. It's like 0 curl there, so it's not going to slow down. Like 0
Morrissey
curl.
bringing it back.
Yeah. If you get some curl there, it might.
What did I give you?
72.
Biter on the
I threw
back
an 80.
12.
Like, that's not right.
Frustration from Robert.
I threw 10. The 10
Well, it's tough. He
more.
was 5 feet short on his first one and probably about 10 feet heavy on his last one because he took his sweepers right out of play
It's just awesome.
and just made them spectators. And that's something you don't
was
want.
gonna
You want a
say
mix
15
of
and a
some
quarter. I wondered
sweeping
what
and
you guys thought.
non-sweeping.
I got a 14-3 on that.
On the
so
good
I'm not
shots.
Sure what T-line is.
Last rock coming up for
Anywhere
Alberta.
between 15 and 15 and a quarter, I think we're
Line
solid.
2.
Sounds good.
Should be a
Just
fairly
because it's so straight,
straightforward,
it really glides, I think.
fairly straightforward draw. They just saw Charlie throw it down there. They have a good idea what he threw. They just have to knock off 10 feet and bring their sweepers into it for 3 or 4 feet worth of sweeping.
Line's closed.
Northern Ontario stole 2 in the first. Alberta trying to make it up
Hard line.
and then some.
Yeah. Hard line.
Hard!
Really hard. Yep.
But will this have the weight?
Yep.
Hard!
Guys, yep.
Darwinton Steele trying to bring it in.
Good try.
Not enough weight. One for sure. Maybe a question about the second.
I didn't add anything on my second one. It was the same as the first one. They were more than your
Count the
first one.
2.
Just say the 10 shouldn't be a house winner.
Well, and I got 95 on your
It was a good end by Alberta. They deserved more.
I got 15
Seems like Warren's outturns curl a lot more than
Gotta remember that
Charlie's
this is straight
outturns.
here,
Maybe you
so
got
it's
caught
not
on that.
any curling, it's just going straight down the sheet.
Once you get off that line.
Both cases, team still trying to figure out the right weight.
Both fighting at that end.
Deuce for Warren Cross and Team Alberta tied up after 2. Two-two game on sheet E. Welcome back to Swan River, Manitoba. Matt Cullen and 3-time Canadian medalist Neil Houston bringing you the action between Team Alberta and Team Northern Ontario. And Neil, looking at my notes, seeing in the first end that Cross wrecked on his last rock in the first, and he also missed his second. Perhaps Team Alberta fortunate to be tied at 2 here.
They've had some help. Northern Ontario's missed a few shots too, but again, this is a tricky sheet of ice. They're at the stage of the championship where they just want to get that one more win. So they might be actually be trying too hard. They just need to relax and let it happen.
You've been in so many of these types of tournaments, and obviously there's not enough room in the semifinal for everybody in the championship pool. How hard is it for teams to keep their focus at a festive tournament like this? Everyone is having fun, everyone gets to know each other, but at the end of the day, you know, wins are important.
It's easier for those teams that are in the playoffs because they want to maintain the success and keep doing the same things that made them successful throughout this week. A little bit more difficult at the seeding pool level or the a game such as this because you're playing for pride. It's fun. You still want to win, but there's not quite the same sense of urgency because there's that known fact that you're not going to be in the playoffs.
But certainly a great chance to practice with playdowns coming up, Olympic trials, talking men's, women's, mixed doubles as well.
Yeah, there's lots to play for after this event concludes.
Let's talk a little bit about that mixed doubles event coming up in early January, because I know you had a big hand in getting that together, and obviously with the sport of mixed doubles, what's gone into some of that preparation and to get this sport now in the Olympics?
Yeah, it was a very interesting process because it started because the International Olympic Committee actually wanted the World Curling Federation to have more than just World Championships on their calendar. And a few years before that, there'd been a concept floating around similar to the Ryder Cup in golf, and eventually that came to be the Continental Cup of Curling, which will be held in London in January. And to make that one a little bit different, we came up with the concept to have a male and a woman play together, but only two, not the traditional four-person team. So that's where mixed doubles came from. Over the course of time, the World Curling Federation saw some opportunity for this to get further into the Olympic program. They went to the IOC for approval. The IOC approved it. Now you're going to have another medal discipline in the sport of curling happening in South Korea in a couple of months.
How difficult is it to take a sport like mixed curling, for example, mixed doubles, I should say, and get that into the Olympics? What's that process?
It is quite the process. There's a lot of strategies and politics involved with it. But the WCF did up a very good proposal, which was obviously ultimately accepted.
Real hard! Hurry hard! Hard!
And it does make a lot of sense because there's a lot of countries in the world who do curl, but those numbers that want to be competitive, sometimes in some countries aren't that many. So it's easier to get two people that want to be competitive and do all the training that is necessary to be successful as compared to getting four people. So mixed doubles is huge and outside the world of Canada. And in Canada, it's very popular in pockets, though I anticipate that will gather momentum once everybody sees it in the Olympics.
Certainly. Now, what makes the game of mixed doubles work so well? Because the obvious difference is there's two curlers and not four, so right there that poses some questions for the average viewer. And also there's already several rocks in play.
That's right, there's two rocks in play. There's a guard put out front and there's another rock put at the back of the forefoot to start it off. So it means that your opening rock, there's pressure. You've got to get somehow into that forefoot and get things going. The other aspect to it is that because there's only two of you, all the responsibility is on top, two of you. So you have to know where you're going to throw it. You've got to communicate to the sweeper. If you listen to some people out here, they won't call the line for whatever reason it may be. You don't have that choice in doubles. Your sweeper needs to know where that stone is going. And conversely, that sweeper's got to be telling you the weight it is. So you can marry both of those up to make the shot that you want to.
Certainly looking forward to seeing it. You can, of course, catch the mixed doubles Olympic trials in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba, early January, and that's on CBC across the country. We'll see a few of these curlers, in fact, at that event. Team Quebec, Robert Desjardins will be there, and several others.
And as time goes on, you have these younger curlers that are out there. There's the lead for New Brunswick, Erica Clough. She's only 16. She looks like she's a wonderful curler, lots of great potential. She's a great sweeper. So she has a passion for the sport. There's plenty of opportunities for her to represent Canada over the course of her career. And she's not even out of juniors for another 4 years.
Pretty impressive. Picking up with Katie Morrissey, the third for Team Alberta.
You are still 3 and 4. Okay, good try.
Alberta looking to lie to there, but instead rolls out.
I'm almost all of it.
Good throw, Katie.
Almost all. Yeah.
That would come up a little for you.
Just hack.
Okay.
No firm.
Board. Attack.
Alyssa Bejean again. In her 4th Mixed Canadian Championship. Thunder Bay.
Me?
I'm open.
Goes right to the back of the house, but again,
The rock ran straight on her again. She was just trying to hit that one, stick around the back of the house, make Alberta stay away from that center guard that they can use. But with her
Yeah, you
just
can be
rubbing it and
15 on
rolling
this
out,
path and
gives
be
Alberta
good
the
too.
chance to beat Northern Ontario into the top of the forfeit. And I think that's a sign of confidence. Normally, Northern Ontario would have beat Alberta and they would have ignored that rock to the back of the house. It's not hurting them. Let's throw it to the top of the forefoot and make them chase us. But with just being off a little bit, you just don't do those shots anymore.
Wait,
Or as often as you should.
Room! Room! Room!
Little past tee.
Yeah, sliding good out here.
Stay with it.
Don't want it at all.
Yep, 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 yep,
Make
yep,
it bendy.
yep, 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 yep,
Tuck
yep,
it in
yep,
a
yep.
piece,
Hard.
tuck it in
Keep
a
going,
piece.
keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Hey,
Good.
that was really nice weight. Same
Yeah,
scale
good
we
weight.
did earlier.
High to
Maybe-
15.
Throw the same weight.
Want to throw the same weight? That was about
Yeah.
that was about board.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
Got this the same? Maybe a hair less.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
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 Tracy.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
takes out one. This time Bejean.
That's a good shot. That's
Board,
what
I think, just roll out to the corner.
she expected on her first one. Almost makes the double, but she does sit in front of the tee line and makes Alberta chase it. It's going to be very difficult for Warren to make the inside roll unless he can
Board
actually
weight, just roll the intern
throw a
side
really
there.
quiet
Yep.
weight and be close to that guard.
And my weight.
Anyway, like that shot, right? You be tight. Take off the guard. Right?
Full line. Whoa.
Whoa! Weight's real nice.
Hold. It's not on it yet. Right up. Take it deep. Bend it.
How much curl does this stone have?
Not enough.
Not enough.
It's all right.
Jams back.
Threw a lot of weight at it, and
Yeah, I
you
like the
just
way
can't
it just
afford to
didn't
do
curl.
that with that much ice. It is that straight.
Come in there.
It's gonna run straight, mind you.
Yeah.
So it's not
I
gonna
think
do
it
a
will.
whole
Like
hell of
his
a
have
heck of a
curled
lot.
though off this line.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 feet less
Right
weight,
there?
somewhere in the hack
Yeah.
weight range would have done him
Even if we weld it to, it's not
a
bad.
lot better than
Yeah.
what that result ended up being.
I could take one. Yes.
And that's a good chance for Northern Ontario. If Charlie can find his draw weight,
You forgot. That's that
and you can get
4-foot
partially
line that remember we
covered
got
around
caught
the
on a
yellow
few
guard and a
times.
little
There's
bit
just
in front
nothing
of the
there.
shot rock, what we call a Christmas tree, because it looks like the peak of a Christmas
about that.
tree. Then it puts
Just
Alberta
had
in
a
a
little bit of
world of hurt.
motion on
Yeah,
hers,
and
and
it
it
just
just
And his rode it all the way down.
and his rode it all the way down. Yeah. He actually curled around that a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay. This is a
Go up
one
to-
different rock.
Different rock.
I could even afford to tap this and roll inside too.
Yep. Yep. What are we going, top 8?
Or freeze to the inside corner. Or hit. Just for weight, guys.
All you guys, all wait. All wait. Line only. Line only.
Take a look. Yep.
Gotta be here.
Make it good. Make it good.
We're here, guys.
Just you.
Weld it on.
Get ready.
Look at that thing, just riding that line.
Finish it.
Finish it.
Just
Right on.
riding that line.
Okay, okay. Good shot.
That's nuts.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It ended up in a position that's not bad. It's not what they wanted, but the sweepers swept it a little bit at the start and hung it out there. Didn't allow it to catch
Do you
what
think
little
this
curl there
one's
is.
gonna go by?
They
Yeah, I
had to
think
really
it will
be
drag.
patient and let it take its normal
Or 12 foot, sorry.
route
And then
the
where
way
do
it's
you
going
want to
to
end
where it
up?
wanted to go, and then
The shooter?
sweep it at the end once it caught the curl.
I think. Right there.
Okay.
See Warren Cross discussing how much weight here on this stone. And
He's cut down his ice a lot, so
I think it'll drag past the back one.
he's
Okay,
hoping
perfect.
to
The
make the
question is
double.
where the top one goes. It's going to be big weight.
He's going to try and hit this very thin, so he's going to have to
Half a
throw
stone or
some
less,
weight.
hopefully she'll go.
Yeah.
Push the shot rock that was just, or the rock just delivered by Charlie, get it going sideways to the right, and hope that the drag effect comes into play where the shot rock goes straight back and bounces off the yellow one, doesn't hang around in the rings.
final stone for Alberta in the third end.
It's close for line. Yep.
Darwin trying to bring it in, looking for the double. Morrissey
Nice try.
just get it to
Still cut it down.
that back 12 ring.
He had the right idea. He had the drag figured out where that one looks like it's lined up to touch the yellow stone, but it clearly went past it.
Wasn't easy.
And that's just a part of physics. He was a little bit unlucky, a little bit thinner, and he would have removed that shot from play. But it does leave Ontario's shot for two, but it is at the back of the ring, so Charlie doesn't have much room to roll.
It's like that yellow in the back shot rock.
Yeah, that's why they're playing on it. So he doesn't have to throw it hard. He's only got to move it a foot, but I'm sure it'll be in the hack weight range.
Now this is that line. Okay. But I think if I just throw like a hack waiter at it, it should just ride right there. Okay. You're on the right side there, so you'll be able to hold. I don't think it's ever going to overcurl.
I think he's got a good handle on this particular piece of ice, so we'll see if he can execute it and the ice reacts to what he expects it to.
Third time for Northern Ontario on the Sheet E. Chance for a deuce for Northern Ontario.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Dan.
Yep. Hard.
Hard, Dan.
Straight up, guys. Hard.
Hard, Dan.
Go, go, go.
Whoa.
Whoa, clean.
Whoa. That
That's
is
clean,
nuts.
okay.
Good shot.
Robert, back of the house, doesn't miss.
Great shot. Works well for him.
All right, calm down.
I was worried about that too. Yeah.
Oh, you can joke about it now. Starting to figure this ice out.
Look at this offensive back and forth.
Still no smile for Charlie Robert. 4-2. Team from Sault Ste. Marie up. A deuce for Charlie Roberts, rink from Northern Ontario. 4-2 advantage over Team Alberta and Warren Cross.
Let's play the out turn. I want to see what this does here.
Yep.
Into the fourth end now, Neil. Both these teams, we heard it from them directly. Not confident on certain shots on this ice. Do you think now those worries are over?
No. No, I think just because of the way their week's gone, they're still going to have a little bit of doubt hanging around in their minds, a little bit of second guessing going on.
Easy now.
And I'm sure we'll see that continue on for the next 5 ends.
I got it, Dan. Take a break. Okay.
This is the
Good.
final day of
Not gonna
the
get an argument out of me.
championship pool.
What's that?
Tomorrow,
Not gonna get an argument
10
out of me.
Central Time,
That's right.
11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. We'll see our 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 semifinal.
That wasn't a good rock to judge by. That wasn't a pretty
Line's okay.
Winner
Little bit of
goes
room.
to the gold medal
Halfway
game,
tight.
3 p.m. Central
Nice shot, Greg.
Time.
Good weight.
Also Saturday,
Yeah,
It's clean.
don't
Looks like
really
lots.
wanna.
this sheet E tomorrow will feature team 1 versus 4 battle going on at the moment for those top spots. Team Quebec undefeated at 9-0, but a loss tonight against Ontario would give the Thornhill rink the tiebreak and give them the top seed. And top seed important in this, not just because you play the 4th team, which will, to be honest, doesn't really give much of advantage. All 4 teams are very good, but why is that top seed important?
Well, the top seed will get to play on this sheet of ice, sheet E. So they'll get it in the semifinal and the final game. So
Gold
they'll,
medal game, yeah.
so they'll have a chance to know the sheet a little bit better tomorrow. They'll also get first choice of stones from sheets D and E. So they can pick the stones that they've liked throughout the week to feel comfortable with them. They can move them over to this sheet. That also increases your confidence that you can make more shots. And then with a couple of these rocks out here, that should be very helpful for the teams.
Big game going on there. And it looks as though the team from Ontario has a 2-1 advantage in the 4th end. A deuce from Mike Anderson and Team Ontario up 2-1 on Quebec.
Line's okay.
Long way to go though.
It's interesting how the draw worked out with all 4 playoff teams playing against each other tonight. So they're going to get to know each other over the next 24 hours.
Hurry! Hard! Gotta chop it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's fine.
One thing Alberta has been very strong on all week is communication. That starts with their skip, Warren Cross.
Not liking the situation too much.
They're talking back and forth. He's telling them where the line is. The sweepers are telling him what the weight is.
Could kill the corner and get that.
And then that's very important to know
Or hit that.
if you can get those stones married up with that weight, with the line,
Control.
you got a better
Control,
chance
yeah.
of making a successful shot.
Probably pop that other one in.
Back to Dan Mick.
Yep. Hard. Real hard. Really hard. No, not liking that either. Great nut.
Jams back, and Mick knew it from the start.
He knew it. He knew he'd got that going. Maybe a little quiet on the weight too, which kind of goes hand in hand when you hang onto the rock too long.
Need to do this.
So that's not what they wanted. Gives Alberta a chance to start setting things up more to their advantage.
It could have been that rock. That's the one that says that cut too.
15 can make the double of these guards and sit a little bit in front of that yellow one. It would turn out to be a very good shot.
Weight's pretty good.
Yep.
But this is down.
Yes!
Dean Darwent.
Hard! Hard! Hurry!
1, not 2.
Okay, that's fine. Do that good.
Just hit a little bit too much of that guard. He would like to hit that thinner to remove that other red guard and sit right in front of his shot rock.
Throw regular.
But it's another rock out in
You gotta
front.
stick it.
Yeah.
That can be beneficial down the road.
So maybe you want to control again?
Yeah.
All right.
Play like regular. Control.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Rising out of it.
We're gonna roll away.
Come on.
Roll away big then. Roll,
Roll
away
away.
big. Okay.
Full day.
Just torque this first one.
I think it's that rock too.
Yeah. All right. Just let me know then. I'll give him a little more ice.
Weight up a little too much, or?
Alberta's got 3 rocks that they can roll behind if they can
Wait,
make the
you
hit and
got
roll.
10-5.
Whoa. Yep.
10-8, maybe.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Hurry. Hard. Hurry hard.
How much roll?
Over.
Enough.
Thanks.
That was a good shot by Dean. About the same shot he played the previous one, so he rolled right behind the yellow corner guard.
All.
Okay. Board.
Okay.
Just board. We can carry it.
So the
Play it
Northern
tight.
Ontario
We
third's
snap
going to
back,
try
that's fine.
a lightweight raised takeout on the red one biting the house onto the Alberta shot rock.
A little firm.
Yep, low firm.
Up.
Alyssa Bejan.
Close.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard down.
Hard dance.
Hard down.
Hard dance.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Whoa.
Where's the line?
Girl.
Right on.
Shot, Alyssa.
Very good shot.
Yeah, you did.
It does open up the chance for Alberta to come around that corner guard, but 2 ends ago that was a very difficult spot
Might
to
be
get
just as
buried.
easy doing this as curling around.
Yeah.
Think like a 9 is fine.
A 9?
Yeah.
So Warren's asking Katie for just a lightweight takeout so that they can try and hit it on the center line side and just roll in behind the guards
Yep.
or nestle up to the
Yes.
shot rock.
Yes. Hard. Hurry. Real hard. Real hard. Hard. Right over.
And Morrissey
good.
certainly gets a roll, but is it too far?
She needed to hit that a little thinner to be shot rock, but it's not a bad spot because there's a short corner guard that Warren can raise right onto his own yellow one, which would kill the red one.
That's kind of interesting if we ever
If they get
crack at
if they
it.
get the chance to do that.
I like there that we should get a help it a little bit. Yeah, because we would have gotten shot out of it. But it was a beautiful throw.
So Northern Ontario will try and throw shot rock over on the other side of the rings, create some separation, and keep Alberta away from playing that angle raised takeout.
I thought it was okay.
Should be close. Make sure it's in, guys. As long as it's there. Fully.
Easy.
It's curling. That's good. Easy now. Easy now.
Oh.
Easy now. Looks like that thing's rocking now.
Simmer down now.
Sit. Come on.
Past the T line. Well past.
Threw a little teeth at the end there. Shot on your first one.
Didn't look as positive.
Okay.
Warren's going to play this very conservatively.
Like
He's
nothing.
asking Katie for the hit and stay at the back of the rings, probably in the hopes that Northern Ontario rolls out and gives him a chance to play that angle raised takeout
Yep.
on one of his shots.
Yes. Hard. Hurry. Real hard. Right up hard. Hurry. Okay, that's good. Good brush.
Show this.
I
Oh,
think you're
that's
okay.
straight,
Good
eh?
shot.
You guys held that one.
Right there, the
She
show
had down
board.
weight.
Yeah, so just board.
Okay.
Was that the ice?
The trouble for
That's the big-
Alberta with
yeah.
playing that shot is if Northern Ontario's skip is able to hit and stay, it's going to mean that Alberta's going to be forced to take
Same
one
ice that she took.
on Warren's last shot if they
She
continue
come nice.
trading shots here.
Didn't do anything
Half
there.
kind of weight kind of thing.
Yeah, hack board. You can control it with the brushes here. Yeah. Once you pound it, it straightens up pretty good.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait.
Yep.
Yep. Hard dance.
Hard in.
Hard trade. Hard.
Hard in.
Hard. Go, Dan. Go. You got it. Come on. Hard. One.
Hard, Katie. Hard. Keep going.
Yeah.
Little more. Okay, that's good.
Just stays in on the back 12.
Right down that. That shouldn't have curled
That's
up.
okay. We got to.
And that may be an important biter, because if Alberta's going to play this shot, he's got to bounce this corner guard
Yeah.
on the center line side of the yellow rock to spin it in to outcount that one that's at the back of the house.
So he's gonna have to throw. Katie's so normal.
Thick half should be pretty close, eh?
Yep. She didn't so too.
I think normal.
I forget which one that was.
Should run out here pretty good. I think right there should be real close.
Okay.
Well, this is the way Warren skipped this end to make this shot.
Yeah, you bet.
So we'll see if
Thick
he's
half, we think,
successful.
should be good. Try to roll the top one behind the corner. Heads up for the roll.
Just clean, close, yep. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa!
Yep.
Yes!
Yep. Harder.
Right over!
Call for the last-minute sweep.
Just trying to get the shot rock as far away from that roll
It looks like it's touching right now. So.
behind that the Northern Ontario team can have a chance at. So there's no double there. All Charlie can do is hit and roll behind the corner guard that's out there.
What are you throwing?
Same way they just threw.
Gotta be playing like back line or something.
Great shot by Warren. He played
You wanna
the
throw into
entire end, back half of the end for this shot.
I
He
just don't
made
want to
it.
jam the back when that's 3.
So now Charlie will try and
It'll
hit
go.
and
It'll
roll
go.
behind the
Mine
corner
felt
guard.
going this way really good, but that was
I'll throw the same way
But the
you
risk
threw on
is-
yours.
That biter at the back.
He'd be pretty unlucky to jam on that, but given the way their week's gone, you just never know right now.
And it's something that crossed his mind there.
Sure, and that's what happens when things just aren't going right. All the other little negative thoughts creep in there.
She
And you
threw
just
board
can't
up.
get them
We're
out.
trying to match hers. All right.
Okay. Board.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Quiet. Yep. Hard. Hard, guys. Hard.
Last stone for
Hard.
Robert here in the fourth.
Hard. Hard. Go, guys.
Hard.
Hard. Go.
Whoa.
That's not bad.
Good shot. He just rolled a little bit
Not bad. That's tricky to stick around for 2.
too far. I think Alberta has a chance to be close to the guard and make the nose hit again and lay 2.
You can control it. What's that?
Control.
It might work if we just roll in a little bit anyway, or
That
nose.
might be good enough.
I think so too.
Cross is setting up right now.
I don't think we have to worry
Nose
here.
might even work.
I think it should clear or chip it at worst.
I think if we get nose, yeah.
Pretty hard to dead jam.
Enough weight, I
I
think.
feel like that with, like if we over curl, we'll roll in for
Right.
shot.
Yeah. I'll be ready
I
on
feel
the
like that
roll,
with
though.
board.
I don't mind it. Do you like control at all, or would you prefer board?
I prefer board.
Okay.
Just try to save that.
Okay.
Morrissey and Cross on the same page. What do you think?
I think they should have a good
board weight.
opportunity here because Warren just threw down there. He's going to throw a little bit less weight because he doesn't need to
No, we
move
want
those
a
rocks
nose
around like he did
yellow.
on his first one.
And when
Somewhere close
board
to the
weight,
nose will
hopefully
do
we
it.
Save the yellow we're hitting. Red clears the back, so. I think speed for board should be board here.
Yeah, like we've thrown a couple down there now, but you might want just a pinch more than work.
A little up.
Just a little up.
Hey, clean.
Final stone for Alberta, trying to
Close,
even
yep,
things
yep.
up.
Hard.
Yes!
Yep,
Yes!
hard. Yep,
Hard!
Hard.
Hard!
Yep. Still close though. Nice one.
One for sure.
Nice shot, Warren. Well done.
Yeah, one for sure.
The fans are raucous over there, man.
They're cheering pretty good for you guys too. Just they cheer on every shot. Sure, but when this one for sure tipped.
Big crowd from Edmonton, hoping that this is a deuce.
Indeed. They deserve it. They played a very good back half of the end. They made some tricky shots, so hopefully it's a deuce for Alberta. Keep this game tied up after 4 ends.
Nice throw there, Warren.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's
we
one
get it,
that clock is. We're just doing a measure.
You think it is us or yeah?
Take that. I do
you.
think it's you too.
Okay.
I just don't trust my eyes.
Yeah, fair enough.
I do the same.
General consensus here that it is a deuce, but everybody wants to make sure.
Why not? For the few seconds that it takes the umpire to go out there and confirm, you might as well just take care of business that way.
Little suspense for the fans around the globe.
Charlie still has a sense of humor going.
He does.
It's good to see.
Manufacturing deuces out of nothing here.
Oh, well, I guess it would be then.
Well, if it touches there and it's there, it's going to be yellow.
Seems pretty logical.
Yeah, the feet of the measuring stick are getting in the way, so it's going to be yellow by quite a bit.
Thank you.
And a deuce for Team Alberta. Applause from the fans that made the trip from Edmonton. And a tie game. Northern Ontario and Alberta after 4 locked in a good one on Sheedy.
All right.
All square at 4 after 4 ends between Team Northern Ontario and Team Alberta. The second for the Northern team, and that's Dan Mick. Dan, you obviously a tight game here. Deuces across almost every end here. How does your team get the advantage?
Oh, we just got to come back here. We're going to try to keep it clean this end, maybe see if we can force a blank here, so we can come back to the home end with the hammer and see if we can just keep the pressure on them a little bit from there.
Now, it's a special day for you today. Not only is it your last game here at the Canadian Mixed Championships, but you're celebrating a big anniversary today. Your son turns 1 year old. What's today been like for you?
It's been tough to be away from him. Know he's having a great time in Calgary. Big party with or in Sault Ste. Marie with all kinds of family and stuff. So just want to send out happy birthday to Cooper. Love you, miss you, and hi Tricia. Hi Mom and Dad, everybody back home.
Good luck here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, back upstairs.
Pull in front of me. Daddy, we don't say words like that. Good examples. Pass them on. When I grow up, I want to be a superhero. I want to be a firefighter. I want to graduate university. I don't know what I want to be. I want to be an archaeologist. I want to be a scientist. Pilot. Coach. Carpenter. I'm going to be a curling champion.
Kids dream big. Your support will help them realize their dreams on and off the ice.
Thank you.
foundation for a better life.
That's no good.
Great to speak with Dan on a special day for him and his son Coop. In a tight battle here against Team Alberta, 4-4 after 4. And Neil, as I mentioned, 2s in every end so far. What do you expect here going forward now? Back with Team Northern Ontario.
I think they'll continue on in this mode. I think the team with Last Rock's going to try and generate the 2 points or more. And given that we're in the start of the second half of the game, when you look at the scoreboard from Alberta's perspective, they're going to have to get a 3-point spot along the way, or they're going to have to generate a steal. So they might have to dive in a little bit more when they don't have Last Rock advantage.
Yep. Okay. Play it tight.
Play the draw.
I'm still a little surprised with the straightness of the ice in some spots. I haven't seen many teams throwing a tight cornered guard and then bumping it in a little bit later in the end, if not the subsequent shot that's thrown. Much easier way when it's straight ice to get a rock behind cover.
Back to Tracy Auld.
Off.
We're back.
Off.
Off. Okay, Charlie.
Off. Yep.
Small tap.
Yeah, Tracy just rubbed that one. I'm not sure why they didn't sweep it a little bit, because that's the one spot that does curl on the outturn. And I think Tracy would have been buried and remained in front of the tee line with just a little bit of sweep from the hog line in.
Yep. Hard.
Wade's really good.
Hard.
Back to Heather Steele.
Hurry.
Stay with it, guys. Good.
Hard.
Hard.
Hurry. Right up. No roll.
A lot of roll there off of the shot from Steele.
Good shot. Nice one.
But she keeps it in play. So that makes Charlie have to make a decision whether to hit it or play around that guard.
I was a little soft in my release too. I was worried about firing it, but it was so straight.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Right to it.
Hard.
Right to it.
Hard, right to it. Good sweep.
Thanks for the encouragement.
Nice being on that side.
There. Can come here.
So Alberta will try the outturn around this guard. Given Tracy's track, we know that a rock can get in there and get covered. So just a matter of Dean can throw it like Tracy did.
This looks pretty good, eh?
Yep. Hard. Hard. Stay with it. Hard, guys. Hard. Whoa. Try to tap it on the corner here. Okay.
Yeah, it's blast. Cross the face, I think, okay?
If you hit 7/8 hard, you might get it. Get the one anyway.
Girl blocks.
Okay.
Dan peels away one.
They were hoping for the double. It was a tough angle, but he got the top one.
I think this will curl.
They're still in the spot where it will curl, so it's just a matter of throwing the right way. Dean was a little bit light on his first one.
Line's pretty good.
Back 4.
Yep.
Back 4, back 8.
This team from Alberta.
Room. Still room. Just wait a bit.
Sure.
Wait a little longer. Okay, go. Yep, yep. Yep, hard. Hard, right up. Right up. All you got. All you got. Hard, 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 hard. Okay, good.
Hard sweep there, but
Pretty good shot. You got a corner around the guard. Got a little bit of separation from the guard to the shot stone.
That makes sense.
And the sweepers wanted to go, but they showed great patience by not going and letting the rock take its natural course.
Nice footing.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. It's backed up.
Mick again looking for the double. Just offline.
They were close to it, just that straight spot once again, and you lay the brooms to it, and the rock just straightens out that
So
half
I'm gonna give
inch
you like a 35.
again, and just barely misses going across the face.
Looking at all the success that Alberta's had at the Mixed Canadian Curling Championship, they've won 11. Since 1964,
Mine's
that's
good.
the most of anyone.
Just clean only right
And
now.
that includes a title in the year 2000 by Kevin Cooey out of Calgary. Brother Jamie here representing the Northwest Territories. One in 2004 as well from Shannon Kleibrink, the only woman to ever skip a team to a Mixed Canadian Championship out of the Calgary Winter Club.
And she did play in back-to-back finals, because the year before they lost to Nova Scotia's Paul Fleming.
That's right.
In a close game.
It was a close game, and that year she was 9-2. Kleibrink was an all-star, but just came up short in the final.
And Nova Scotia had a very strong team as well that year. They played very well all week.
And recently in Alberta, they've won 2 of the last 4 years and 5 times since the turn of the century. So for this team, it's their first time at the Mixed Nationals, and they're thrilled to represent such a great curling province.
And there'll be a better team coming out of it. They'll learn from the experience, and as we were saying earlier, they'll take it back to their respective playdowns coming up in the next few weeks, and they'll be better off for it.
Mine's a little narrow.
A lot of curling here.
Okay, just clean only.
Well, it is winter.
Stay
We
with
are a
it.
winter country, and it is winter in
Clean's
Swan
right
River.
up. We're past half.
Let's get to it.
Yep. 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 Hard.
The good news is
Hard
we're an
now.
indoor winter
Hard, hard,
sport.
hard.
So even if it's
Hard,
cold
we gotta go.
outside,
Thank goodness.
Hard, hard, hard.
we're still warm inside.
It's been some chilly days this week.
It's been fun to see the winter. Some snow, a little bit of freezing rain.
Try. I thought you threw it good.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, it's necessary.
Mid-November,
Just
it's
hot.
time.
Yeah, the farmers need a little moisture out there. Get ready for the spring.
Game's just 8 ends, though, in mixed curling, so things a little bit shorter, but teams in the championship pool play at least 10. And if you're into the semifinal and then perhaps the
Yep.
gold medal game
Yes.
and the bronze as well, you play 12.
Hard, Dan!
Hard.
Hard! Right up, hard!
Hard, 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 hard. I got it.
Sorry, Charlie, I can't hear you.
Good sweep by the front end to keep that one straight enough to get past the guard.
Sorry, I think we're inside of that. I think it'll curl a little bit, come across.
I was reading the room and doing whatever.
It's control.
First one, yeah. Aimed at my foot, my left foot.
It's control. Go hard for the roll.
3 ends to go. Didn't get it through the 3 ends.
Clean! Clean, we've got almost 3/4. I was just holding.
Northern Ontario with the hammer here, but no rocks in the house. Surprised?
Well, Warren was trying to hit and roll across the face of that one to get behind his own guard that's in front of the rings. But it's such a difficult spot with its straightness there to convince yourself to take even less ice, maybe even the inside edge of the stone, and let the rock fall back a little bit. And Northern Ontario, they'll probably be content just to hit and stay out here and stay away from that centerline guard and have their opportunity to blank this end and have last rock advantage heading into the sixth end.
Clean, yep.
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 Hard. Yep. Okay.
Shoot.
This is like outside of that. Like it's right on that line though. Like I'm almost tempted to throw just like a 9 there.
I think that'll be good.
Yeah, I think we better do that just to be safe.
Finished, eh?
Yeah, sorry. Should've had it.
One thing they're trying is they're very stubborn about playing the out turn. Nobody's even tried to play an in-turn takeout on this half of the sheet, which may be a good thing to do.
It's gonna throw a 9 because we're kind of right on that.
Might be a little bit
line
easier to stay on the center line side and make the hit and roll than cross the face in such a straight spot.
That's a play spot there too.
Let's see if Warren Cross is listening.
Clean.
Close. Yeah.
Close.
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, it's just holding here. Little roll though.
Hard.
Nice shot.
Try to get a bit more roll there.
He had it going in the right direction, just not quite enough. And you could tell by the sound, it looks like it's going to curl. Sometimes your eyes look, okay, it's going to really curl here now. And there it goes. And then straightens up as soon as the word hurry comes out of your mouth. So just a very tricky spot in the ice for them.
Dean and Warren looking on. Final shot for Charlie Robert.
Yep. Hard, Dan. Whoa.
Jeez.
Whoa. Oh, okay.
Right on the nose.
Yeah.
It's kind of good for both teams. Charlie gets his 1 point. He only wanted the blank. And Alberta's going, as they're saying, it's a good force, which is a little bit of a facetious statement. But it's true, they did get the force out of it.
It's really nice though.
Good call. I must be keeping completely quiet back there. Let's try it.
One for Charlie Robert in Northern Ontario.
It's big.
Hammer back to Alberta. Down 5-4. Back after this.
I got a Dan, take a break. Okay. Hard.
Back at the 2018
Good job. Not my best slide. I should have
Canadian
more
Mixed
ice, though, because
Championship
that's
from
even tight ice
Swan
there.
River, Manitoba. Matt
Because it
Cullen,
still
three-time
finishes
Canadian
always, eh?
medalist. Neil Houston
I
along
just
with
went
me.
a little bit fat, and I said, oh,
Neil,
I
you were
better
thinking
make
we'd
sure.
be looking at a blank
We're
in
gonna
there,
put
but
up
a
the
nose hit
corners,
from
so we're
Robert scores one, but how costly might that be?
It really depends if Alberta scores a 2-point or 3-point end here. If they take control of the game after 6 ends by being up 1 or more, then the odds are in their favor of being able to win this game just from a mathematical standpoint. So it could be an important miss. If Northern Ontario is able to hold Alberta to a blank or a 1, then we're going to have a barn burner heading into the last 2 ends, and it'll be wide open for either team.
Good shot, Heather.
Here's a look at our crowd. Lots of family from all over the country. Mentioned Dean and Warren, both from Saskatchewan. Warren from a small town called Kipling, near the Manitoba border. Town of 1,200 people. And Dean is from Battleford, So a short drive,
Easy.
relatively, for them.
Gotta go. Yep.
Yeah, they're prairie guys. You know, 6 or 7 hours for a quarter milk's nothing.
No big deal.
I got Dan.
Heather from Edmonton. Katie from Ontario. And a hard sweep from Robert. Does the job as his Red Rock slips past.
Not much. What did you have on that one?
7.
Back to Heather Steele, the lead for Team Alberta.
Yep, little warm. Warm.
Back 8.
Gotta go for line.
Back 8, back 12.
Okay, we'll play the tick.
We're back 12.
Yeah, back 12. Yep. Whoa. Back 12 for the tick. Yes. Yes.
Hard sweep from Morrissey.
Nice call.
Yep, good.
Very
rolls in.
And it's very good communication by the front end. They inform Warren that it was back 8 foot, back 12 foot, which is too much weight. If it carries too far at me and they sweep it, it might go through the ring. So let's play the tick and get behind those 2 staggered red ones.
Can I hit one I can see that back red one?
This?
Yeah.
Might. Yeah, and if you skinny this, it might push into there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta wait.
Neil, you're shaking your head.
Regular.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about the red one coming off the yellow corner guard and into the rings. That's way too thin.
Normal. Step 3. Yep. Oh, sorry.
Hard.
Oh.
Yep. Hard.
Oh, sorry.
And then I could be wrong.
Yeah.
That was a good call. I didn't think that would get over and touch that red one. It's almost like he planned it.
Sorry, Dan.
But it wasn't what Robert had planned, and
It's not what they wanted, but
Yeah.
it does open up the short run back for the red guard onto the yellow shot rock. The key for Alberta is to get this one back 8 foot,
So,
maybe biting the back of the tee line, somewhere in that range.
Got room right now.
it's gliding a little bit. Back 8. Coming down.
Gotta wait. Back here, back 8. It's pretty good in its own.
Yeah. Good. Sit down. All right, that works. Good enough.
Stays for a second shot, but Charlie will probably play the short run back.
Just a little inside.
There's even a little
Close
bit of a
on the
chance
nose unless you want to stick.
that if he hits it
Like
close to
that's
the
a
nose or
shot.
maybe just comes over the center line a little bit, he actually might double out the yellow ones.
yeah.
So he's got a couple different options here that can work well for him. Even if he hits a broomside a little bit too much, he may put it onto the shot rock and spin it behind the corner guards.
Hard. Real hard. Real hard. Hard. Come on.
Double,
Hey.
yes.
Oh, boy.
Good call. Good throw. And it still leaves Alberta guard in play and 2 red ones, so that they have to deal with in some sort of fashion, whether a hit and roll or come around that center line guard. So it's going to be a little bit tougher for them to organize a deuce at this point.
Nod of approval from Dan Mick.
This looks pretty good.
Got room.
T-line.
Room.
It's gliding as well. Back 4. Flat here.
Wait on it. Heather's in.
It's coming down now a little bit.
Yep. Hard now. Hard, right back. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Keep going.
Nice one.
Good.
This one just south of the tee line,
Just here, eh?
Yeah, I got 3/4.
Okay.
but
sure you
still
get it out.
exposed.
We'll play
It is, but
tight.
this has been a
isn't gonna
very
kill us
difficult
either.
shot for Northern Ontario.
Just
Back in the
back
second
line.
end, they missed
What?
at least 3
What kind of
shots
weight?
down here.
Back line.
Like right there, yeah.
So Alyssa's got to be careful that she's not wide and doesn't overthrow it either.
Just back line.
Yep. Yep. Oh,
Hicks. Holy mercy.
Second time it's happened in Northern Ontario.
This one was a little different. The first one that happened a couple games ago was due to probably a warm spot on the ice, a knee print or something like that, or a flat spot because of the curling grippers that one of the players perhaps worn out a little bit and created a spot that got flat. This one actually catches something of substance.
Yeah.
I want to make sure the two, like you could go
To make it go that far.
You like that better?
Clearly changing course.
Yeah, that's something severe and very unlucky when that happens at this stage of the game.
How do you see Alberta trying to capitalize?
Well, they're going to try the same shot and try and get that Christmas tree effect going. Get a little bit tighter to the guard if they can. The danger is if they're not in a good position, it's going to set up a potential double for Northern Ontario.
Don't slide in T-line.
Yep. 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 Can you get right in the face? Okay.
And that just couldn't climb over to get across the other side of the stone. They had to get much closer to that corner guard, so there should be a chance for a double here.
We can
And
peel
if they
across the face. You lose your shooter, though.
Should get the in. It should go in.
Yeah, but you don't want to stuff it.
Okay.
We'll try.
Whatever you like.
Control.
Okay.
Melissa Bégin obviously looking for a bit more success last time after an unlucky break.
Little up.
trying to make it the double here, and there's a couple ways she can do it.
Come on, get that one at least.
And that was offline and just pushes one yellow.
That's that straight spot again, and she's had a number of shots over there and has really struggled with getting any positive results out of it.
Do you want this like a little less weight?
No, it was perfect. Just go with it.
Alberta's playing very aggressively here to try and do the same shot. They have the option of throwing the intern to the other side of the house and splitting the rings, which would be a lot easier.
Lots of room.
Just clean, just clean. Four. Whoa then, whoa. Whoa.
3-4.
Stop with shorts, even better here.
Okay, we're just gonna be tops.
That's fine there.
Okay.
Good.
Not a lot of discussion from Warren Cross and Team Alberta about that shot. They came to it very quickly.
Well, I think they came to the realization very quickly that the rock was not going to get anywhere near being a little bit covered as they wanted. So why not just leave it short, plug the hole, create some separation. If Charlie's going to try and play a double.
Going.
Like that or?
Timeout.
Timeout.
We got 7 minutes here. We gotta speed it up.
Timeout for
Like
Team Northern Ontario.
We could do this.
Like this is there, but
Harding's thinking even this.
I don't think. Well.
I see what you mean. Yeah, it'll go over top of there. And then that, if you catch it here, should hit it here, but you'll roll it here.
Yeah.
You're behind cover.
Not terrible.
But I don't mind that.
You think that's there? I think it's there, eh?
Yeah, like you're just gonna catch just a piece, right? Like
Yeah.
tick, tick.
Yeah. Right?
You like that, Charlie?
I think so.
Okay, let's make it good then. Let's go.
Even if you just make that back one.
Yeah.
You know, go
You
here.
roll there.
Yep, that's all right.
And you got
too.
something to bump up on your next one.
Right. Okay.
You got it at the 6, eh?
Yeah. Holy Moses.
I got
Excited,
Charlie's
excited.
choosing to try and make a double using this rock at the top of the 12-foot and doubling off one of those yellows behind it.
Normal?
So he's got a couple options. Even if it were to curl up
Gotta
and he hits it
throw
on the
some weight.
nose, it'll be a rock that's usable for him on his second shot. In that he could bump it up potentially, depending where Alberta throws their first one.
Close. Close. Yep, yep.
Get it!
Yeah! Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, yeah, whoa!
They get 2, and the shooter sticks in the top 12.
A little thinner, eh?
That was a good shot. They had the line figured out. Now it's forcing Alberta to make a choice whether to go around the center line guard and still try and play for 3 points,
So we must be line 1, eh?
or split the house and go for 2.
Yep.
And they're choosing to go around and try and get that 3 spot to grab a 2-point lead.
What do you want for time? 70? 55?
70.
You've been throwing like
70.
70.
It's top 8 foot.
Yep.
We'll try not to dump it too early, but it will go here.
It's just like the draw in practice. So 15 a quarter pro?
14 and 14.9 is the tolerance.
This is one spot in the ice when the rock gets close to the house, it'll start to curl, but it will die and slow down just enough as compared to the straighter spots. So the sweepers have to be aware of that from the hog line in.
Line's pretty good right now.
Key line.
Say line's great.
Maybe sliding on us.
Gotta get off the spot here. It's heavy here. It's gonna come down. Starting to curl a little bit. Still don't want to take it. It's sliding here. Just gonna get off the ridge. Nice throw. That'd have been the right weight if it had gotten the curl.
That path of ice, you talked about it, Neil.
Just a little bit less ice, maybe a couple feet less weight, it would have caught a little bit more of the curl. But again, they don't want to be too close to guard and rub it and not have the chance for 2. So they're still forcing Charlie to cross the face.
You like that ice?
And conversely, he can't afford to touch the guard and give up 3 points to Alberta. So a lot of times in this case, you try and play the hit and roll, but it's so conservative, you end up being a nose hit. And you just live with it. I mean, they were unlucky to have a pick. Charlie makes a double, so a 2 is not a bad result.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah!
Hard!
Hard, dead, hard!
Last stone for Northern Ontario.
Hard! Hard! Hard!
Has to beat the guard. No. And this ice continues to be troublesome for Northern Ontario.
Yeah, I don't know if he was inside or if it wasn't quite enough weight or enough ice. You're only talking about 1.5 inches, or else he's probably getting a hit and roll to the back of the button and putting a potential steal on the board. So that's just been on the wrong side of the inch, and it's been happening for many games for Northern Ontario this week.
He talked about it pre-game, just that inch or so from being one of the top contenders. Instead, it's a chance for 3.
Line's a little tighter.
Cross missed a draw back in the second. Still scored 2, a chance for redemption.
Curling a little bit more. T-line. Stop sliding, buddy.
Time he's got the weight.
Shot.
And he's got 3.
Alberta made a lot of good shots that end, and they also didn't have any misses on the wrong side, which was important. Plus, they got a very lucky break with Northern Ontario's rock that caught something, and it being in the divider and doing them no good whatsoever.
Northern Ontario made a mistake in the 5th to get 1. Alberta capitalizes with 3. 2-point lead. First lead of the evening for Warren Cross's rink out of Edmonton, Alberta, 7-5. Thanks to 3 in the 6th.
And it turns out that that blank attempt by Northern Ontario in the 5th end that they didn't blank on did come back to haunt them.
Line's really good. Make it good.
2 ends still to go here, and
Oh, really cutting now.
Northern Ontario back with the hammer. How do you see this playing out, Neil?
Yeah, maybe keep the.
Well, now the roles are reversed. Alberta will try and play conservative. Charlie's going to have to start throwing corner guards up. He's got to generate at least a deuce or a blank to give himself a chance coming home.
Back to Tracy Auld.
Oh. That was a nice throw. Seemed to just like maybe pick something up at the end there.
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay.
Okay.
Tracy's lived in several different parts of Canada, from Thunder Bay, lived in Ottawa for a while, in the Annapolis Valley. Beautiful spot in Nova Scotia on the East Coast, but is now back in her hometown.
Whoa, whoa! 9-5. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Try to take this other yellow across the house. Oh, okay.
That's good.
And admits she doesn't get a chance to practice much with this team. Of course, Sault Ste. Marie and Thunder Bay. You can check it out. It's quite the drive.
Not so close together where you can get together for practices very often.
Ontario
if
is
at
quite
all.
a big province.
It certainly is.
Mentioned earlier, longtime friend and teammate of Alyssa. That's how this team got together. Alyssa was with Charlie 2 years ago in the mixed nationals.
Yep. Whoa, easy, don't go off. Easy, easy, easy.
Just another example. Overswept just by a few inches. If it just settles in there, it's going to be not possible for it to be removed from play, but now a nose hit will easily put it off the shot rock and still leave Alberta lane 2.
Dean Darwin.
Weight's good.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Hard. Really gotta go. Hard. Hard.
Hard sweep from Morrissey and Steele. Hit the gap.
Did just enough. If it curled a little bit more, he might have left that Northern Ontario stone banking in off the shot rock and sticking around.
Thanks, bro.
While we have a second, let's check back in on sheet A. The battle for first going on, Team Quebec, Team Ontario. And it's the rink from Chicoutimi, a 4-2 lead in the 7th. And we know how good they are with a lead.
They've been outstanding all week with the lead and being up 2, and they're in good position right now too, so you're going to see some heat coming from them. And all 4 members of that team can throw it very hard and very accurate.
Ontario's locked in a spot in the top 2. A win would get them first.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Yes. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
The other 2 teams in the semifinal, Newfoundland and Labrador. That's the battle for third. Both are guaranteed a spot in the semifinal. And right now it's Charlie Sullivan and Team New Brunswick with a 5-4 lead. That's in the 8th. Final end there. You have to think everyone would like to avoid Quebec. Still undefeated, but there's no easy game.
It's just who's going to be able to handle their emotions tomorrow. They've all worked hard for the past year to win their province or territory and get to the spot where they are. They've played well enough this week that any of them are capable of winning this Canadian Championship. So it's just a matter of who comes out there with the confidence, can keep doing what they've been doing that have made them successful, and then ultimately do it tomorrow.
Desjardins Rink from Quebec, just 3 wins away from an undefeated run.
Line's good.
Weight's close.
1 to 5 high. 6. Whoa then. Just 5 high is perfect.
It's sliding probably back teeth. It's trying. It's trying.
Okay.
So Northern Ontario's trying to generate a deuce in a very conservative manner. There's 2 rocks behind the tee line. They could start freezing to them.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, yeah. 410's perfect. Yeah. But it looked like it was going to come down. Just kind of kept gliding. Yeah, it just, you caught a good pass.
That started to over curl, but just enough to get the takeout.
It did. It doesn't really do them any good because they've only got 3 rocks left to try and get 2 points. And it's interesting that they went to the intern finally, took him to the 7th end to try that, and it did curl lots, and given that the outturn is running so straight, it does make sense that the intern would curl because there's got to be a little bit of a slant that way. And gravity still rules.
Absolutely. See if they go back to it.
You need a hand.
Warren Cross joins the sweepers.
Okay, good brush, guys.
Good sweep, you guys.
And helps it all the way into the top 12, a biter.
Thanks. Just trying to find that in between.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Good sweeping.
Neil, we came into this end, Northern Ontario looking for a blank or a deuce. But right now, lots of yellow in the house.
Right now, if things continue as they are, it's going to be a Northern Ontario that's going to be forced to take one.
And that would leave them trying to steal 2.
It would, yeah. So we'll see what
Well,
happens.
At least 1 anyway.
At least 1 to tie, yeah.
At least 1
two,
to tie.
2 for the win.
2 for the win. No easy task.
No, it won't be.
You're just throwing a positive there.
But it's tricky enough ice still that anything can happen in that 8th end when it's close with only a 1-point lead for anybody. Even if Northern Ontario's 1 down without last rock, they can throw up the 2 guards, and you never know what's going to happen after that.
I like tea. I think you got to go a little.
So Warren will try and stop this one in front of the tee line, hoping that he forces Northern Ontario to make a play on it and keep it away from that one that's at the top of the 12-foot in case there's a hit and roll behind it.
I think this is where it stops.
Bijan trying to sweep it out. Stays in barely.
Like this?
Well, we got to do something here. Like, blank's almost out of play now.
Yeah, I had a little bit of.
Charlie's got a choice. He can throw a freeze on the shot rock, or he could try and hit and roll. And if you hit and roll to the one that Alberta just threw and sits in front of it, and Alberta clears everything out, then he puts the blank back on the table. That's a potential.
Oh, we needed a couple of those doubles to get that blank in play. If I freeze this, you never know.
Yep.
We'll just have to go hard. What's the weight like?
That nice?
Sounds like he's still juggling with those two options.
That's the icing.
And again, that just shows what a frustrating week it's been for them. Here it is the 7th, and they're still not quite sure what they should do.
First of two from Robert.
Where? Gotta be here.
Gotta go, guys.
Gotta be here, guys.
Come on.
Yep.
Come on, pound
Yep.
it. Come on. Gotta be in front of it. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
All three trying to bring this in.
Great bot. Keep it going. We lost line. Okay, okay. All right. Good sweep.
Sweepers did all they could.
They went from start to finish. Just Charlie needed a few more feet of weight to keep that rock running on the other side of the center line for a little bit longer. Alberta's got to be careful here. They can't over curl it by very much without doing themselves a disfavor. So a nose hit or anything on the broom side would force Northern Ontario into having to take one.
Yeah, that's true. Can't get a break. Got the brakes all right. Gray ones. I didn't think that was going to curl as much as that did.
Whoa.
My last one last night.
Close.
Actually, I was probably almost full.
Whoa. Clean.
Well, we should have been off it,
Piece?
maybe.
Yep, we've got almost half. It's good. Nice throw.
Oh, stay there, just through.
Good call by Charlie. Just threw it in the forefoot. If he happens to throw 2 or 3 feet more away, he's not going to hurt anything. It'll still end up in the forefoot. Just save his sweepers a little bit of effort.
Final stone.
It's all you guys.
The 7th.
No, wait, nothing on the back.
Oh.
I need it.
Oh.
We're to it.
Just better.
Oh.
Do we need it?
Oh.
Are we on it?
We're on it now. We're
on it
good.
now.
You're safe there now. You're safe.
And as long as they have the backing, they can sweep it. And they're not going to do any damage, even if it's a little bit up in weight.
Get it.
Didn't need the backing. Wasn't what they had hoped, but they take one.
They scored. That was the important part.
Fans are having a good
They would rather have got a blank or 2 or more. But when Tracy's first rock came into the rings, they just couldn't catch up after that.
Around and then we tick.
So now it's very important for Tracy to put up 2 guards in the 8th end and get them off to a good start.
Last chance for Northern Ontario. Down by 1. Off to the 8th.
Ontario tied it up in 9.
Okay, just over. It's over curl.
Certainly a tight game on
Just over.
sheet A.
Oh, this could be a corner guard. Easy.
4-4 at the moment. That's the
Easy,
battle for
easy,
first.
easy.
But
Okay.
in this game, all eyes on Tracy Auld in her first 2 shots.
She got the first guard up. That's important. And I'm pretty sure she'll be asked to put a second guard up. And in between, we'll see if Heather can make
Line's good.
draw it to the top of the forefoot, maybe the full 8 foot, somewhere in
I
that
don't want
range.
to at all. Can you go through?
Got lots of room, guys. If you'd like, yeah.
I think you better.
Yeah.
1406 is going to be tough. Yep, keep going. Keep going.
This one slips past the T line.
Okay.
It's not where she wanted it, but she also didn't want to throw up a guard and help Northern Ontario's cause as well. So she probably erred that way a little bit.
Same weight. Fine, even.
Back to Auld.
At 390.
I haven't thrown him at pass, so I wasn't really sure what to do. That's all right. It's a new pass. Tight.
Yep, keep it out there. Okay, just for weight. Just for weight.
We're beside that one.
Hard then, it's gotta go.
Hard then, get it around.
Hard. Hard. I got it, man.
Gets around the guard. Fine shot from Tracy Auld.
Pretty good shot. Yeah, she got a little bit covered. She would have probably liked a little bit more separation because there is the chance that Alberta will be able to double those guards off.
Jam. Like, we can go here.
Yeah.
Then you're just feeling the top one.
That's okay.
Line's good.
Steele with her second. Here in this
Got
8th
room right
end.
now.
Lots of room. It's coming down a bit, top 8.
Wait on Lee, got room. Katie's in.
Top 12, top 8. Yep.
Got room still, I'll wait.
Top 12, top 8. Guys, hard, yeah.
I'll wait.
You can still take it.
Yep, hard.
Line's really
Hard,
good.
right up.
Hard.
Right up.
Hard will go.
Whoa. Good. Good
Nice
shot.
one.
And this time she finds
Nice shot.
top 4.
That's a really good
Just
spot.
move that behind the tee. Okay.
It means Northern Ontario's going to have to deal with it at some point, just because there's not enough room on the intern to do much else right now. They still have the outturn draws, but they'll save those till later. But get the freeze on here, and then Alberta will probably start peeling those guards and try to simplify things. The key to it is to open up that 4-foot area and give Warren an easier shot than what there might be if the center line's all plugged up.
So we have to be there.
It's gonna come.
First from Dan Mick.
One possibly.
Behind?
Yep. Whoa.
This slips. The back 12 almost.
Yeah, that's not as helpful as what he wanted.
It's the top one, I think.
Even if it stopped biting the back of the 4-foot, it would have been a better play for them.
Dean Darwent looks to chase a couple of guards here.
Whoa. Okay, you're good.
Nice.
Good shot. That's what he was called upon to do, and he was able to execute it. That'll be interesting to see what Charlie comes up with.
Nice serving.
Shot on top of it.
Right on top of it. Better. 4, 5, 3.
It's gotta go.
Pull if you can.
Tight.
Line's close.
It's way out there, guys. Stay up. Get the less only. Hard.
If that could have just slid another couple of feet, he would have been a little bit more covered
Not bad.
and
Like this one.
putting that yellow rock into play. But it should be a fairly easy takeout for Dean.
Didn't cross it.
Was that the difference there? Robert calling off Auld
Okay.
in that last few feet?
The rock just didn't quite have enough momentum for that shot. I mean, Dan was asked to freeze to front of it, so the line was off.
Yep.
Weight's nice.
Yep.
And Alberta has the choice of hitting this rock, but they could also peel the guard.
Hard. Whoa.
Past the guard.
Nice shot. Good. Good shot.
Jams back on a couple.
But it does leave 2 yellow rocks in play and a guard still. And Northern Ontario is in a state of desperation, so the more rocks in play, the more they have a slim hope anyway of generating a steal.
Yeah, it's okay. I wish I would have rolled off a little.
How does Robert approach this?
He's going to try and bump the second shot rock back behind the tee line. With a little bit of accuracy, maybe you flopped in a little bit in front of the other one.
Yep. Whoa.
So very lightweight
Hard.
draw slash tap back,
Hard, Dan. Hard, Dan.
hit and roll.
Hard.
Just squeezes past the guard.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's a good shot. It's just another rock and play. Now Alberta's peeling the stone that they may have possibly peeled one shot earlier.
Down a bit.
Yep.
Katie Morrissey.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hurry. Hard.
Something's gonna happen here.
Okay, that's not bad, actually.
Granite moving around. Now there's just 2 left in the house.
Plan C.
It's not a bad shot. It cleans up some of the mess, but it also does provide Northern Ontario with the chance to get around that center line guard. And of course, there's that yellow one biting the back of the forefoot that is in play, and that's certainly not going to hurt Northern Ontario's chances of stealing.
Yeah. Well done. Probably just peel it anyway, no matter what.
Will it work, guys? It can. But gotta be there. Yep.
Tracy.
Are you sure?
Tracy. Yep.
Can't roll off, but I'd rather it be short and curl than, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Now you,
Robert trying to judge this.
Good weight.
Pretty good weight. Line was off just a hair,
I think this
so they have to be careful. But being back of the forefoot is not a bad thing.
Why not burn one?
yeah. I don't
Again, Alberta's going to make a decision. I still think
that's
that guard's the dangerous one.
Do you want to take a time?
They remove the guard.
Yeah, we
Certainly
have
opens
2
up.
timeouts. We might as well.
Because it is back house, right?
I think that's why you peel.
Discussion time now for
I think you just peel.
Cross's Edmonton rink.
Get you in trouble.
Probably that's right. For that spot, because we had that one that we hit and rolled in off it 2 ends prior.
You can see you got a bit of air there.
Yeah.
You can hit it, you can peel.
I'll just move.
Wait, you die.
Trying to warm up your butt.
Getting limber.
So where do we want to leave our shooter?
Hit on the nose. You could actually hit it on the side and clear the hole.
Shane Morrissey,
That's true.
That'd be the
his
best
father
shot.
and also
I don't know, I
coach.
kind of like making him force it.
The only problem here is, depending on what
So
he
if you
is
can
here,
hit it on the
nothing
nose or
on
even
that
a
out
little
there.
inside, he's got to make a good shot.
Do you like control? How much air do you have there?
There's
quite a bit of air, hey?
Yeah.
How is that spot? Is that one that dives or not so bad?
Just track consistent, I think.
If I would argue like peel's probably the best, right? Because you want to just get rid of this stuff, don't you?
Wouldn't peel it.
Peel weight on the.
What's the weight do you think, you guys? Is it
If you do that, he's going to draw around the trees.
I don't think you want more than a 9.
No, I think you want to stay that one.
I kind of like control, like just
nose it then?
across the face of hair.
What weight do you like? I like control.
Nose is okay.
Sure.
I'm good with control.
Well, some people can try for the nose hit on the shot rock, and if they can
Yeah.
flop
There's
in a
quite a
little
bit of
bit,
air, so I'm good with it.
reduce the scoring area, but they will be behind the tee line. And if Northern Ontario were ever to get one in there, it's going to be very difficult to remove. I think they could afford to peel off that center line guard one more shot. And just keep it simple for one more. But it is tricky around the center line, and both skips are fighting their draw weight a little bit. They're hitting the rings, but they're not consistently hitting the button. And that's what it might take.
Bit wide.
Clean. Whoa.
Weight's real nice.
Whoa.
Morrissey right away saying a bit offline.
That's great.
That's a great shot.
Comes in nicely though.
Great shot.
Works out. Loosens things up, but again,
What are you doing, Charlie?
now the button's open.
What do you like?
Charlie's already down at the other end before
Draw, I think, eh? I think just
he
the
told
draw.
Alyssa what to do.
You gotta make him make something hard. Yeah.
I missed the
I
time.
hit there and just sit there. He hits
You getting
me back.
here? Yeah.
Yeah, give me a tad less.
Yeah, exactly.
Speed's good.
Yeah, speed seems like it's good. It's slowed down just a little bit, but same as your last time.
Okay. And where was that? My last draw down here. Right here. Okay. That's maybe where we want to be, eh?
Yeah.
I think this goes back button, then he could stack one, and then we can go again, right?
Robert verifying his draw weight from last time.
Well, both rocks in the 7th end stopped in the 4-foot.
Line, guys.
So he just needs that weight once again, and then
Hard.
match it up with the line.
Gotta go then.
Hard, guys.
Hard.
Hard, guys.
Hard. Hard.
Okay, you're by, you're by.
Hard.
Yep. Yep.
Go, go, go. Come on, help. Hard. It's got to be there. Come on.
Three sweepers again, trying to bring this close.
Good sweep.
Into the top 4, but not more.
Just a little light out of his hand. The sweeper's pounded it the whole way. Not a bad leave. It's a little bit covered. So if Alberta chases it, their shooter's going to roll wide open, and it'll allow Charlie the same shot for his last one to get in there.
This is pretty good, because if he taps and you got a slash.
I think he might play a double if we go. Or you could just pick it, I guess, is your other choice, eh?
Well, chances are make the draw better next time.
Yeah. Okay. We're shocked, so.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah. So what do we want out of him? Looks good. Like that was a 15. Oh, so he needs a little bit.
Oops, he did move that second shot rock.
Yeah.
What happened?
He fell and touched the rock.
Good? Sorry about that, guys.
Everybody's okay.
Listen, maybe an inch, because I was looking at the top.
Inch.
That way, maybe. Half an inch, maybe.
Key moment, but just
Yeah,
a slight misstep.
Yeah, and those things can have an effect at the end of an end.
Just do a little chink and roll.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Warren does here. He's trying to get around that red one into the top of the 4-foot, take away a hit and roll. And if he does put it past the red shot and Charlie makes an out-turn draw to the button, he can just throw the takeout at his first one and angle it in onto that one, and that'll be that. So we'll see how this game of chess proceeds.
Lots of room right now. White's close. Okay, gotta move for line.
Line's great. All yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Really hard line.
Yes.
Really hard. Okay, well then, we're a little heavy. Tee back even. Sit. Nice one.
That's good weight.
Warren Cross has found his draw weight.
Yeah, that's a good spot. It takes away the out-turn draw for Charlie. He's going to play the in-turn. His best shot may be just tapping that yellow one back
Can't see much
a
of
few
it.
feet and rolling on top of the second shot
Just have to
for
move
shot
enough.
rock.
Yeah, just back
We gotta
8.
hit what we can see.
Yeah, back 8 weight.
Just back 4 weight.
Back 4?
His really went in there.
Yeah.
I don't think mine will.
No, he came off.
He's got to get shot rock here.
So we gotta hit
He does
as much
indeed.
as we can see and sit right there.
Yeah, just like back.
You gotta go hard on the yellow. The yellow's sitting right on the tee line.
Robert Desjardins drew full 4-foot on his last rock of the 8th end for the win. It secures first place.
It also means
Yep.
10-0.
Hard.
What a run for Team
Hard.
Quebec.
It has been.
Hard.
Hard.
Okay, go tap. Go tap.
Hard.
Hard.
Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Hard. Whoa.
Yep. We're trying. Hard.
Has to beat the guard. It does.
All right. Good game.
But he doesn't get shot rock.
No, a little bit light, a little bit offline for what he was trying to do, which just about sums up the way their draw game was this week. Close, but not there all the time.
Alberta doesn't need the hammer. And they do pick up their 4th win.
Mine just don't do what his do.
And a tight game all the way through.
It was a good game. It was fun to watch. Some misses. It's a hard sheet of ice. It'll be interesting to see what this sheet of ice provides tomorrow for the 2 games that will be played on it.
Thank you, the fans. Thank you.
Nice moment between the two teams. congratulating each other, the fans that made the trip.
Those fans were crazy out there. Let's get a drink. How about that?
There's curling for you.
When the event's over, it's time to relax.
It is over for Alberta and Northern Ontario. They made the championship pool, but no further. 9-6 the final. Warren Cross's Edmonton rink takes it. Back in a moment. Katie Morrissey and Team Alberta can celebrate a 9-6 win over the team from Northern Ontario. A close game right to the very end. How did you make that happen in that last end?
You know what? It was so close. We just kind of tried to stick in it right to the end there and make all of our shots and hope for the best, and that it worked out well. So we're really happy about it.
And you didn't need to use the hammer at all. And Warren talked to me a little bit earlier. He said that you're the newest member of the team, and he described you as the straw that stirs the drink. Made them a little bit more competitive, added a new shot. What's this experience been like for you?
This experience has been amazing. It's just been so great to be here in Swan River, and we've really loved the club and all the people that have helped bring this event together and all of our fans. So it's been awesome.
Now your dad, Shane, he's with you as a coach on this team. What's that been like?
It's been great. Yeah, he's my dad, and I thought he's added a lot of value for our team and just brought a great perspective and great attitude.
And you finished the tournament off on a winning note, so congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
The championship pool now is finished. It's on to the semifinals. Make sure you join us tomorrow in Swan River. We'll have the two semifinals square off at 10 Central Time. The gold medal game goes at 3 Central. Make sure you join us for that. Until then, good night from Swan.